Hey guys, Dennis Machina here. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and we are continuing Doki Doki Literature Club. So if you missed last week, I strongly encourage you to go check that out. And from here, apparently I have to write a poem. Not really entirely sure what's going to happen here. Fun? Sugar. Pleasure. Oh my goodness, I'm really, oh dear. Oh dear. No, and I'm not talking about suicide, no thanks. Let's go rainbow. Don't want to get too dark, though I'm sure the game will get quite dark on its own. Do like chocolate. Chocolate's good. Ooh, lust. Yeah, why not? Raindrops on. Yeah, let's go with music. I love music. Sure, let's throw horror in there, just so I can get a bit of that aspect in. Fluffy. Let's see. Electricity, sure. Headphones? Extreme! Shiny. Love the shiny. I guess? Email? Insight, fear, death, massacre. Jeez. Let's go childhood. Candy. Games. Charm, I guess. Love, because why not? Let's see what exactly this is. Hi again, Dan. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha ha ha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I'll at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Dan. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Well, girl, for you, I'll do it. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Jeez, why are you being so mean today? Leave me alone. She told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Alright. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica or manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Dad always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking and cleaning my room. Why would I help you clean your room? I don't know how messy that room is. How dependable. Yeah, girl. Yeah, I'm dependable. Yeah. Even though I just said I want to clean this girl's room. Okay, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? Hee hee. You two are really good friends, aren't you? No. Oh, I need new friends. I might be a little jealous. Ooh. Sounds like someone's interested. Hey, how you doing? How come you and Dan can become good friends too? Oh, she's getting all shy. As usual, she seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Oh, Oh, yeah, she's pretty embarrassed. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. I made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. Clearly it is if you're making that face. The face where I can't see your face. I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. See? See? Smooth. Smooth. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah. I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I don't want you to feel left out, so I picked up a book that I thought you might like. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you... Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yuri definitely wants some of me. This... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? Oh my god, she's so ridiculously cute. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew! Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sorari and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Ugh. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seemed to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica! She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? God. Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga? You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know, anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. Really? Is manga written on my face? Who wrote manga on my face, people? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is. Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. True that. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls? I think that's how you pronounce that. It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic, or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can go do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was a tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Dan. Consider this a lesson straight from the Literature Club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of the Parfait Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. Ah! I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire, striking animated feminine poses. Of course they are. It's exceedingly Don't just stand there. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Why is that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this? Don't just say that! You'll make me feel weird about it! Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's particularly a bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. Looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice-of-life affair. I kind of grew out of these, since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be plot? Well, obviously. You think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of beginning is about simple things. Like there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop. But that just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when they get into all their backstories, and when some of the romance starts to happen. Ooh, romance. That's really what makes it so good. There are so many touching parts. Ah, is that so? It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hehehe. Hey, wait! What's that supposed to mean? Well, Natsuki gives me a little shove. Ah, this chapter seems like it's about banking. Banking? Did I say banking? Jesus. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well, Natsuki pauses for a moment, as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah? What does that matter? Why does that matter? It doesn't, I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence! I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Sure. Totally believe you. Like, I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. Well, why not? I feel bad for anyone that's impressionable. People get into things for worse. Ha ha ha. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, all the hobbies to pick up from manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Can I read my poem yet? God! We read on for a few more minutes. I finish a couple of chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read. Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean. You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Aw, sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. Ooh, that's hardcore. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. True that. I'm also kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So... Haha. Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. Flip the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing. Ah, I totally forgot that it happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. Sparkle! It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience. The thought makes me smile a little to myself. Aw. Okay, everyone, are you all ready with today's poems? Yes, I want to read my poem. I'm so excited to read my crappy poem. I'm so excited. Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse? Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty closey over there. Haha. Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily signs herself a good 12 inches away from me. That's just cold. Alright, guess I'll stop here for now. I closed the book and handed it towards Natsuki. You're just gonna give it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Ah, yeah, but Monica just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow, so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow? I don't want to get killed by tomorrow. I only got part way through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. True that. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then, I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration, since I never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sarari and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sarari's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? I don't know. Who do I want to show my crappy poem to? Well, I don't know. I was kind of digging Yuri the first episode. So let's go with Yuri. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. Yeah, that's totally why. I can trust her opinion to be fair. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? Just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. Aw. Yeah, it is that bad, isn't it? No. Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I thought the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not even sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamingly, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining sheet light to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm. Breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Oh, how professional! I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. Kinda do. I wasn't thinking that at all. I really was. But it took you a long time to read it. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Uh-huh. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Dan. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Interesting. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. Okay. As soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Oh, I gotta read more people's stuff. Oh, so much. So much. This is the longest class day ever. Alright, well, I guess this is where I'm gonna call it for this week. I still have no idea what exactly my poem said. I just picked random words and hopefully they did something. I'm assuming the words I picked will lead somewhere, maybe towards the middle portion of the story, or maybe even towards the end, who knows. Anyway, like I said, that'll do it for this week. Thanks guys for hanging out with me today. Please like this video if you're enjoying this so far. comment down below. Let me know how you're enjoying the series, how well you're enjoying the game. And if you're like me and you're waiting for this game to start to get scary and creepy and all that other stuff that I've heard about. Also, please share this video, as this is one of the true ways to get this channel and these videos all to grow, so every little bit helps. And lastly, subscribe, as I put out new videos every single day, and I'll see you guys next time.